All right, well, this is in recognition of Corpus Christi Safe Digging Month, and Councilman Smith is going to help us with this. I see the chief standing here. Every time I see the chief, I think about the hurricane and the recovery and all of that. And this is a non-solicited comment. To tell you how a hard worker Mr. Smith is, his business got hit pretty hard over in Port Aransas, and he was telling me the other day that they got to work right after the storm, got to working, and their January, was that right?
First quarter.
The first quarter, they only showed a 2% drop in the revenue from last year. That meant they got busy after the hurricane, got back up and got running. So he needs to be commended, and we're pleased we've got a hard worker like that on our council looking after our funds too. So he's going to help us with this resolution.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and fellow diggers here. I was doing a little bit of digging after that, but this is one of those things that doesn't get a lot of recognition, but is really important, particularly where our city, we have gas lines and we have a lot of petroleum lines, but other things too about digging. But Corpus Christi Safe Digging Month. Thousands of times each year, the underground infrastructure in Texas is damaged by those who do not have underground lines located prior to digging. The results in service interruption, environmental damage, and threat to public safety. People die when you go into a gas line. In 2005, the Federal Communications Commission designated 811 to provide contractors and homeowners a simple number to contact utility operators, request the location of underground lines at the intended dig site. They don't charge you any money. The Gulf Coast Damage Prevention Council, along with the City of Corpus Christi and Nueces County Local Emergency Planning Committee, are dedicated to the prevention of damage to underground utilities in the City of Corpus Christi and Nueces County. All entities promote the National 811 notification system to reduce these damages. Damage prevention is a shared responsibility. By using safe digging practices, the contractors and homeowners of Corpus Christi can save time and money and keep our infrastructure safe and connected.
Now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim April 2018 as Corpus Christi Safe Digging Month in Corpus Christi. Encourage contractors and homeowners throughout Corpus Christi and Nueces County to always dial 811 before digging. Safe excavation is no accident, and we want to commend you. And Chief, are you the spokesman for this group?
I am, Mayor. Thank you very much. Mayor, it's our honor and privilege to be here today. This is representative of our LEPC Pipeline Committee, and you and I serve on the executive committee on the LEPC, giving them direction, but they also give us direction. And I'm glad to say this month in April is Safe Digging Month for the City of Corpus Christi and for Nueces County and our local LEPC. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and pass the mic to each of these gentlemen and ladies so they can introduce themselves very quickly so that you know who's represented here.
Good morning. I'm Steve Geary. I'm with Celanese Pipeline.
Philip Woods. I'm a volunteer citizen, retired from the industry.
Morning. I'm Tyler Hurt with Equistar Pipeline.
Jaime Luna, City of Corpus Christi Gas Department, Damage Prevention.
Richard Gonzalez, City of Corpus Christi Gas Department, Damage Prevention.
Randy Brock, City of Corpus Christi Petroleum Superintendent.
Joanne Salgi, City of Corpus Christi, Nueces County Local Emergency Planning Committee Coordinator.
Roger Smith, the Dow Pipeline.
Randy Page, Fire Marshal for the City of Corpus Christi.
Mayor, this is your pipeline committee. We get together every quarter, actually bi-monthly, and so just want to let you know this is our group. This is part of the group that keeps us safe, sir.
We appreciate more than you know how much we appreciate the work you do and keeping us safe, because it's you don't have to hit a pipeline but once to realize you made a mistake. So I'll give this to you, and then we'll kind of gather around for a picture. And thank you for your work.
Gotta make sure I can see the faces all in the picture. Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. This is okay.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I'll tell you one story about pipelines. I'm not sure who did it. I will never forget, we were young parents, had small children. It was Easter Sunday, and about, Chief, you might remember this. I don't know what time it was, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I guess, and all of a sudden, we hear this giant explosion. And I jump out of bed, and all I can see is an orange glow out of my window. And I'm thinking, this is Easter Sunday, this is it. And it sounded like a jet engine had crashed in our backyard. And what it was, at some time during the process of, I guess, laying a gas line or doing something over on that subdivision right on Saratoga between Everhart and Staples, somebody, I guess, had nicked a gas line or something, and somebody driving by at night must have flipped a cigarette or something, and it blew up in the middle of the night. Well, we grabbed our kids and took them to my sister's house and came back to see what was going to happen. Nobody got hurt, but I'll tell you, if you've never heard a pipeline explode, you don't want to hear one explode, especially at 2 o'clock on Easter. Anyway, everybody came out safe, and they just let it burn out. I think that's kind of the process they use. They shut it down somewhere along the pipeline. But so safe digging is real important. But all right, the next one is National Crime Victims' Rights Week. We got some folks here for this. Y'all come on now. Man, we got both chiefs here today. I'm telling you, we're in high cotton today. I got to see the police chief in action this weekend out at the Special Olympics. Did a great job, Chief. You got the torch lit right on time. If you've never been to one of those Special Olympics things, it's worth your time to go. I mean, those kids, everybody, the adults and all, they put on a great program and very inspiring. Yeah, y'all come on in. Yeah. Chief, you can stay up front. Yeah, 2 rows here. All right, you ladies kind of step up front and let these guys kind of get by. They're a little taller. All right. The National Crime Victims' Rights Week. Americans are the victims of 20 million crimes each year, affecting individuals and communities. Years of investment in crime victims' rights and services have developed a system of response that can help victims recover from crime. Dedicated victim service providers are working every day to meet the needs of crime victims, yet there are still many victims without meaningful access to the rights and services. Engaging a broader array of healthcare providers, community leaders, faith organizations, educators, and businesses can provide new links between victims' services that improve their safety, healing, and access to justice. National Crime Victims' Rights Week is April 8th through the 14th, provides an opportunity to recommit, ensuring that all victims of crime, especially those who are challenged to reach or serve, are afforded their rights and receive a trauma-informed response. Now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim April 8th through 14 National Crime Victims' Rights Week in Corpus Christi and express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to those community members, victim service providers, and criminal justice professionals who are committed to improving our response to all victims. And we thank you so much for your help. It's, hopefully one of these days you'll all be out of a job because there's nobody to provide service for. But until that time, we're glad you're there, and we appreciate all you do. So, Chief, I'll give this to you. And you want to say a word about all these folks?
I do. I can't express enough how important all these folks are. It's not just catching the bad guy on the criminal side, and they do an outstanding job. These folks you see here on the left, up to Commander Isaac's here, filing cases and catching criminals. But it's the folks who spend day in and day out also to walk victims through the process, to know, let them know what rights they have, to educate them, to try to get them into a new mentality, to not be victimized, to walk them through a process that is foreign to most people, and to allow them to get to those services that really can make a difference. You all are wonderful in what you do. I don't want to speak too much because Deborah or Laura should probably speak, but thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Chief. We appreciate the kind words. I don't have much to say other than this speaks for itself, these wonderful people, and this is just some of our coalition members. This is not all of them, and also community members that act as advocates for victims out there every single day, because every day is a victim day. It's not just a week. It's not just a month. We do this every day, 24/7, some of us, our officers on the street, because it's not just advocacy from the chair. We have patrol officers, we have firemen, we have first responders. We even have people in the beauty industry that we talk to be able to educate them in what they need to look for when we're trying to service victims in the community. So I'm going to pass the mic this way so that we can know our faces of advocates of these different agencies, and just kind of that way you know where we are, and if you ever need us, call us. That's what we're there for. My name is Deborah Garcia, and I'm one of the victim advocates at CCPD.
Laura Munoz, also victim advocate with CCPD.
Audrey Liao, I'm a victim advocate with CCPD.
Tanya Sturgeon with the Purple Door.
Rosa Maria Cervantes with the District Attorney's Office. My coworker is back at work, Shirley Esparza, also with Victim Services.
Lisa Lathrop with the Purple Door, criminal justice advocate.
Hi, I'm Clarissa Mora. I'm the executive director with the Children's Advocacy Center.
I'm Rose Trevino. I'm a regional victim services coordinator for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Victim Services Division.
Hello, I'm Cassandra Nojosa, community education specialist with the Children's Advocacy Center of the Coastal Bend.
Hello, I'm Monica Alanis with Child Protective Services.
Hello, I'm Lillian Helms, founder of Love Support Group, Ladies Overcoming Violence Empowered, which is to stop domestic violence and sexual assault.
Angela Luna, I'm a victims coordinator for juvenile probation.
Mike Markle, police chief.
Kelly Isaacs, Criminal Investigations Division.
Denny Asbury, Criminal Investigation Division.
Mark Tooley, Robbery Homicide.
James Lerma, Auto Theft Task Force.
Chris McClure, Family Violence.
James Garrett, Property Crimes.
And Michael Pena, Special Investigations.
Well, let's give them a hand for the work they do. Thank you very, very much. And I've seen my choir director at church do this. Ms. Wahardo, if you'll come down and help me on this one. All right, our next proclamation is for Animal Control Officers, Staff, and Volunteer Appreciation Week. Chief, you're back up. We got several. All y'all involved with the Animal Control Officers, Staff, and Volunteer Appreciation Week, come down. Ms. Wahardo is going to help me on this one.
Yes, I am. How are you? Good.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So the National Animal Care and Control Association is proud to celebrate and recognize the hardworking men and women of animal care and control. They risk their lives and devote huge amounts of personal time and resources while they serve the public like other public safety and law enforcement agencies empowered with the same duties. Various federal, state, and local government officials take this time to recognize, commend, and thank all animal care employees for their dedicated service they provide to the animals, citizens, public safety, and public service agencies throughout the United States. The animal care and control personnel risk life and limb by going out into the public to protect the welfare of helpless animals and pets that are rescued from injury, disease, abuse, and starvation. They provide the essential community functions of enforcing animal control laws, protecting the public from diseases such as rabies, and educating the public on the proper care of community's pets. The City of Corpus Christi also recognizes, commends, and says thank you to each of our animal control officers, their staff, and all volunteers for the many dedicated and long hours of service performed in serving our community. Their commitment to provide the highest and most efficient level of customer service is in keeping with the long and distinguished tradition of the animal control profession. I will add one thing to this. We have some volunteers here, but I think it's fair to say there are many, many other volunteers who obviously couldn't be here for whatever reason. Many work, and they volunteer hundreds of hours. I want everyone to know that the importance of animal control affects every single one of us every single day. And as you know, we would love to fund every department as much as we can, but these volunteers, these community people that give their time daily, hundreds of hours, are equally, as important as everyone that goes out and rescues animals and takes them off the street in regards to public safety. So we thank them, even though they can't be here, because they are a huge, huge, huge part, and we could not function without them.
Now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim April 8th through 14th Animal Control Officer, Staff, and Volunteer Appreciation Week in Corpus Christi, and encourage all citizens to show their appreciation to our animal control officers, staff, and volunteers. The best way that you can show appreciation to these people is keep your dogs locked up and behind the fence. That would be the greatest appreciation you could show to them. If you never said thank you again, if you keep your animals locked up, then these folks would have a whole lot more time to do other things. So, but thank you on behalf of the citizens for the work you do. Thank you so much. And Chief, are you the...
Thank you. I'm Captain McMenamy, the Program Manager for Animal Control. I just wanted to follow up what Ms. Guajardo said. We have, there's one in the back there. Carla, raise your hand. She's always calling me. She's active with us. We have several volunteers that aren't here today, Linda, Maggie. But the main thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is we're always taking more volunteers. We're always looking. If you're interested, you want to come out, be part of our organization, we have a open door policy. Please come see us, visit with us, and we would like to get y'all signed up, or anybody that you know, to help us accomplish our overall goal of public safety and getting these animals out to rescues. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We have Al.
Al Dill, I'm one of the civilian volunteers out there.
Alexis Ortiz, I am a kennel tech.
Danny Alcantara, Kennel Master.
Jaime Cardona, Animal Control Officer.
Brittany Creighton, Animal Control Officer.
Jesus Suarez, Animal Control Officer.
Ryan Acevedo, Animal Control Officer.
Andrew Snyder, Animal Control Officer.
Commander John Houston.
David Blackman, Police Department.
Good job.
Well, thank you very much for all your work. We appreciate it very much. Let's see if we can get y'all to kennel up here and we'll get a picture. All right. The next one is National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. And get Councilmember Opal to help us with this one. She knows a little bit about telecommunications and communications in general, so come on down.
There's nobody. Let's get on down a little bit. Well, it is my honor today to read the proclamation to the true first responders for our public safety department. These are the voices that so many people hear at sometimes their darkest hour or when they are most in need. So first, let us start by saying thank you for all that you do for those of us here in the community. Every day in the Corpus Christi Police Department Metrocom, every day at the Corpus Christi Police Department Metrocom, dedicated public safety telecommunicators answer calls for service. They receive and dispatch calls for local police and fire departments, facilitating the execution of emergency rescue and law enforcement operations in Corpus Christi and Nueces County. When an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is crucial to the protection of life and preservation of property. The men and women who work in Metrocom serve as vital links between our community and emergency services. They are truly the first responders within our community, though rarely recognized because they are not physically at the scenes. To show our appreciation for Metrocom employees and the nation's public safety telecommunicators, a week has been set aside to recognize these outstanding individuals for a job very well done.
Now, pursuant to the powers vested in me as mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim April 9 through 15 National Public Safety Telecommunications Week in Corpus Christi, and encourage all citizens to thank them for the job well done and to recognize them as the silent heroes of our community. If you're dialing that number, the sweetest voice you'll hear is the one that says, "May I help you?" And these are the faces behind that voice. You'll never see them again. Well, no, you might see them again. But when you're calling them, you're not going to see them, but you sure want them to be there. So we appreciate all your work, and you all introduce yourself, and I'll give that to you since you're the first in line for the resolution. Introduce yourselves and tell us, you got any wild story? No, don't do that.
Candace Martinez.
Shauna Roper.
Ilana Mir.
Diana Ponce. Kia Harris. Carla White.
Erica Ochoa.
Delphi Benavides.
Ricardo Sanchez.
Mike Markle.
John Houston. David Blackman.
Randy Page.
And Robert Rocha.
Well, thank you so much for what you do. I'll tell you, they're you're a blessing to have here in the community. Thank you so much. Let's all kind of gather around, get a picture.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, this is the one Lucy's going to come down and do with you.
Okay, Ms. Rubio. Councilmember Rubio is going to help me with this one. And this is some recognition. Mario Gomez. Come on down. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming down. I'll let Ms. Rubio tell you a little bit about him and then read the recognition.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone.
I had a phone call from former council member Jesse Nayola, and I think he's out in the audience. Mr. Nayola, please wave everybody. Thank you for giving me that phone call. So the phone call that I received from former council Nayola was in regards to Mr. Mario Gomez. The city of Corpus Christi, be it hereby known to all that Mario Gomez on this day has been made Goodwill Ambassador for his dedication in promoting the life and legacy of Selena, and in recognition thereof has been presented with this testimonial certificate, and shall forever hold and enjoy a place in our high esteem in the minds and hearts of our people. Mario Gomez, a local resident of Corpus Christi, Texas, is a #1 fan of Selena. He was Selena's neighbor when he was growing up and attended many of her concerts. He is known as the unofficial guardian of Selena's statue downtown on Bayfront. He greets people from all over the world who are visiting Corpus Christi and shares with them the life and legacy of Selena. He attended her Walk of Fame star ceremony in Hollywood, California last year, and also portrayed a security guard in Selena's movie.
Thank you very much. And in testimony thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be fixed the seal of the city of Corpus Christi on April 10th, 2018 for this recognition of Goodwill Ambassador. So hold your head high and keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You want to say a few words?
Thank you everybody for being out here, and I just do this out of love for Selena's fans and people come and visit Corpus, and just want to thank everybody. Thank you.
And Mayor, we also have a surprise from Ms. Jovita Martinez for Mr. Mario Gomez in behalf of Citco.
Oh.
We'd like to invite you to attend our Citgo VIP event on Friday and Saturday, and congratulations on behalf of Citgo for your honor.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In case you haven't heard, the Fiesta de la Flor is this weekend. Let's stand back here and get a picture.
Great job, thanks.
Okay, and that's our proclamations and recognitions, and now we have some swearing in of people that have been appointed to our boards and commissions. And if you're here with us today, if you'd please come forward. Lillian Helms on the Building Standards Board, Julio Garza, Food Service Advisory Board, Carla Lofton, Animal Care Advisory Committee, and Malcolm DeShields, Food Service Advisory Board. Did you bring us any barbecue? Did you bring us any barbecue? Oh. All right, if you would, if you'll raise your hand, I will say aye, and then you state your name, and then repeat after me as I give you the lead words here. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of a member of the board to which I have been appointed and upon which I am about to enter, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state and of this city, so help me God. Well, thank you very much, and we appreciate your willingness to serve on one of our boards and commissions. Thank you. So we'll get a picture, and then thank you very much.